Hello there! Fortnite Chapter 5 has kicked up to a new high, as the literal gods of ancient Greek myth have descended on the island. This is the series we break down the map changes to find the secret story content for the season ahead. And the cool little details worth your time too. We'll geek out together. I'm ADAMARU, this is Fortnite Myths and Mortals. Throw me a like to keep this series alive. First, the place it all started. Pandora's box was opened, and right now it looks like this. The box is once again sealed shut, and the Titan arm is disintegrating before our eyes. Hades and Cerberus are said to have simply sealed the box shut again, and are in the process of returning the souls to their rightful places. Thankfully, a new story is just beginning. The most eye-catching update to the season is Mount Olympus. A huge portion of the map has been dragged back an era or two and restored to the Greek pantheon. Hazy hillside and the former snowy heights are no more, but I think the replacement is worth it. This may be the biggest statue in Fortnite history. Is it bigger than the Foundation a few chapters back? I think so. And a little detail worth noting right away, balancing on the end of the monument's sword, are these guys. The Coral Buddies have ventured out of their secret cove and are taking in the view from the highest heights. Please don't fall, little dudes. While in this location, you'll be able to summon the god at the heart of this season's story, Zeus. In-game, by smashing a god's avatar, it calls them down to this mortal plane, and a multi-layer fight ensues. Zeus's attention was driven to our island last season when Valeria unearthed Pandora's box, and we loopers then opened it. This has angered Zeus, and he and the gods of Olympus are here to judge humanity. We'll break the story down in a future video. We have Easter eggs to find, like this one. In the masonry overhead, soldiers are lined up to praise the king of the gods, yet one of those is a familiar friend. Peely is here, hidden in plain sight. Another member of the Ghost Shadow unit is hidden in front of our eyes too. The Atlas statue holding the globe of constellations is not actually Atlas, it's Meowsles. Something which could be more serious in the future is over by this lonely building here, a desk and an open book. I know what you're thinking, why would that matter at all? Well, if one thing Fortnite has told me multiple times over the years, don't ignore desks and never ignore open books. The new mystery begins now. And one more random detail whilst we're here, keeping out for this broken statue with only a foot remaining. Notice anything strange here? Well, count the toes again, my friend. This god has 6 toes. I wonder if that was deliberate or not. This wouldn't be Fortnite without opposing factions, and that brings us to the Underworld. At the other side of the island is the realm of Hades, the god of the dead, and the king of this realm. Here you'll find the river Styx, used to transport the souls of the dead into Hades' kingdom. First guarded by the Hound of Hell Cerberus, but there's another detail here to be spotted. On the riverside, there is a statue of this character, Charon, the boatman who ferries the souls of the dead across the water, and hopefully a future skin. Just like over at Olympus, here at the Underworld, we can challenge Hades and Cerberus to fights in return for their sweet loot. And just when you thought things couldn't get better this season, here's our first secret story beat. Deep in the recesses of the Underworld is a cell for the damned. Most prisoners here are in cages, but one is behind this cell door. Right now, we can't open this tomb, but don't worry, we got replay files. Behind the door is a standard cell. We are told this is where Midas will be kept, the man with the golden touch we've waited for years and years. The shackles that held him in place on the wall have broken, showing he probably was eliminated in this room, because in front of that is his reboot card. And not just any reboot card, it's gold! Finally, 100% certain Midas is coming back. And judging by how we can see a golden door pushed open, it looks like, in a future update, Midas will be free on the island. Yet Midas couldn't do this alone, he needs a crew. Remember back in Chapter 2, the Ghost and Shadow squad? Well, it turns out most of them are back on the island too. They have one more heist in them. Across the map are countless NPCs from Midas's past. Some were his co-workers, some are his family. There is so much to say to add lore to the season from talking to these NPCs, but we'll put a pin in that until next week and break down the story then. Right now, let's concentrate on the Shadow crew, because should you visit Midas's golden yacht, the Marigold, you'll see that the PC here, which last season displayed the Society logo, has been updated and now shows Midas's Shadow unit logo. And that's not all. In the lower decks there are more clues lose. The TV screens have been updated, and it's the Shadow logo. If you played back in Chapter 2 Season 2, we made a decision to either support Ghost in white or Shadow in black. I guess this means we shouldn't have chosen Ghost. My life is a lie. It's not only here Shadow gear can be found, it's strewn across the island. So after years of waiting for a reboot, Midas's crew is finally here to revive him. This season is going to be filled with so much Midas lore, and I can't wait. Thanks to the return of the Greek gods, all the previously destroyed ruins have been magically rebuilt. Ruined Reels has returned to its restored Reels roots. That's not easy to say, although it is still a modern day version with concert equipment and makeshift chairs everywhere. Even the broken buildings at Reckless Railways have been repaired, and so too the one by Pleasant Piazza, which for some reason has a very unique vase just sitting there on display. These changes have allowed the season's questline to have its own monument. Our Oracle will be speaking to us via these pools of water. It looks like this is a Greek version of the pyres we had in Chapter 4 when we spoke to the Rift Warden. How long ago does that feel now? A surprising update can be found at the Underground, or the lack of it. Rubble blocks the main entrance as Hope's and Jonesy's home last season is no more. All the sewer drains have also been sealed, and only a few of the underground sections remain, which have all been remade to abandon the old underground train system. Which is a shame, but Hope is still here, and she has taken a former Society POI and made it her home, and right now, it's a total mess. It's just how Hope lives. Elsewhere on the island, an update to the wobbly blobs in their secret cove, and the plane wreckage that slipped down the mountain, off the glacier and into the water. Well, both are exactly the same this season. No update so far, I'll keep you posted. In slightly better news, a new shrine is here for us to cherish this season. Over on the island close to Rebel's Roost, where Solid Snake was found last season, you can now find this amazing sight. 7 unique chairs all piled on top of each other for no reason at all. It's art for sure, but I've no idea why it's here. In fact, the last time we saw this many chairs together, it became... One day, my friend, Hutwatch will return. Also, while we're here, this gives me a chance to cover an update I missed last season. A little closer to Rebel's Roost, look out for this car wreckage locked between 2 trees. This may seem unfathomable how it got there, yet it's another memorial to Fortnite players. This video popped up on Reddit showing a player driving through the tree line when suddenly his vehicle became wedged between the timber. Epic liked this so much, they made a memorial to reference this incident for the rest of the chapter. Complete with safety cones. Good touch. Come pay your respects when you have the chance. A tiny but weird detail can be found by the beach huts that we think are owned by Midas's crew. They've had a slight upgrade to the sandcastles outside. They have a weird colourful glow now. No idea if that's important, but I thought it's so random it needed noting. I'd like to end with my favourite detail of the season by throwing one of Zeus's lightning bolts onto another player. For a split second there, we will see their skeleton. It's not an Easter egg, it's not a secret, I just think it's an amazing detail. Don't you? I'm Adam, you're awesome, thanks for watching the video, I'll see you next time.